All right, good morning, everyone. Tyrell Datweiler here, Phil Hill Productions. And by here, I mean at Phil's Bar and Grill in Salem, Oregon, where we have the third stop of the Northwest Women's Pool Association 2025 tour. Day two, this is finals day. We are going to be playing down from the top 12 to the stop champ. We have a 5th-6th match here. So this is an A-side match between Jordan Oakes and Dora Valdez. This will be a race to 6. Playing 10 ball on 7-foot diamond tables. This is an alternate break, rack your own format. It appears that Dora has won the lag. She'll break off first. Did you have it this morning? I don't. Well, it's got to be here somewhere. Is it over there? All right, sorry about that. One of the players, well, one of the board members, set her cues down and forgot exactly where. A little bit of panic there. All right, looks like Dora's ready here.
Make sure remembering something. Sarah with an H. Sarah with an H. Last time we played together was
All right, okay. Heard the ball go down there. Oh, I hit the cue ball go down.
maybe year before then. Okay. Yeah, 2 years ago.
All right. Jordan ball in hand here. It looks a little tight past the 8. Yeah, got a little bit of that rail on the way in. 8 was a pretty big ball there. Easy to compensate. Oh, overcompensate in one direction or the other. Alright, we're gonna have to play a combo, bank, or some sort of safety here. I think she's called the 7. You all gonna be tracking towards the 9 and the 10. Be careful not to get stuck behind the ball. She missed the combo. It's got an inverted hook here. I'm gonna have to kick one way or another here to get a hit on this 3. One rail. These one rails look a little. Well, it looks like she can go past the 6, maybe. Oh, she goes to the right side of the 6. I think she needs a little left spin. If she goes on the left side of the 6, might need a little bit of right spin. Yeah, she needs to spin the ball a little bit. So I think the natural kick angle. I think the 6 was in the way. You either had to play short and try and open it up with some left, or you had to go long and try and shorten it up with some right. And a nice layout here. 4 in front of the pocket. Be on the 6 ball next. Let's pull back. Yeah, pulls back a little bit. Maybe some center ball here. 2 rails. 7 on the side. Needs a little more speed. Now she's gonna try and shoot the 7 past the 8. I saw Jordan try and shoot a ball past the 8. It's easy to catch either the rail or the 8. Cue ball here. Let's see how steep the back cut. It's not too bad. It's a pretty good shot. A little bit of the 50-yard line, maybe. Maybe not. No, that's pretty straight. Maybe she had a little more of a cut on this 9 ball. She can kind of stun draw to the left side of the 8 ball. Underhit it a little bit. May have been concerned about overhitting it and possibly taking a line into the corner pocket and scratching. Well, tester for first 10 ball in this rack. She called the bank in the lower left here. Wow, what a good shot. Good recovery on the 10. Excellent shot to draw first blood here. Shout out to our sponsors. Lippman Lights, the official tour sponsor of the 2025 NWPA Tour. Thank you to Rose City Billiards, a BCA league in the Portland Gresham area. So if you live in that area and looking to join a Portland BCA league, get a hold of Raquel. Diamond Mine Northwest, Diamond Pool Table distributor serving the Northwest. Get a hold of John Scudder if you're looking for a diamond table. And thank you to Phil's Bar and Grill here in Salem, Oregon. Gracious venue. They've been absolutely so nice to us this weekend. Great food, great staff. 10 7-foot diamond tables, all with Lippman lights. Oh, great equipment.
Thank you.
All right, nothing on the break. Dora's probably going to roll out here. Oh, the very first shot after the break, you can do what's called a push out or a roll out. Because normally you got to hit the lowest ball on the table. So during that, you can do anything. You can hit any ball. No, like cue ball fouls. So, but you can pretty much do anything, and then your opponent has the options whether or not they want to shoot or make you shoot. I think what Dora's rollout, what she was trying to accomplish, just she was tying up the 6 ball, giving Jordan a shot at the 1. So if Jordan started running balls out, she would have to figure out how to open that 6 ball up at some point. Nice rail first. Does it slow down though? May have stopped just in time where Dora can still see the 2 here. And she's not impeded by the 8. I think it's just stopped short. Another half rotation of that cue ball or so, and I think she would have been hooked behind the 8. Little right English. Pull this cue ball back around the 3 ball. She hit it a little thin. Overcut it. Safety or a bank here. We saw Jordan drill that full table bank on the 10 ball in the opening rack. Otherwise, she could try and just bank the 2 ball to like the middle diamond on the left short rail and send the cue ball to the right hand side of the table somewhere. She plays the bank at pretty good speed. She going short, kind of ends up almost putting it in the center of that short rail anyways. Here's a cuttable ball. It's a little thin, increasing the difficulty somewhat. Question 2 has cuttable ball on the 3. One thing to be concerned about is it could possibly end up going into the 6 and 7 if you're just rolling this in. She managed to miss some, but I think she's gone a little long. 4 was her next ball. Little heavy cue ball there. 9 is going to be blocking that shot. Go rail first into this right side rail. And the cue ball into that rail Just missed the clip on the 4. Ball in hand to Dora. The 6 ball's still a little funky. Yeah, if she can get out to get her cue ball back out to pretty much where she was pointing on the table with the tip of her cue, she would have a good shot on the 6 from the 5. I think that's kind of what she was looking at, where she's going to want to be when she gets to the 6. So she wants to make sure to leave herself an angle on the 5 ball so she can move her cue about that center table mark that she was pointing at earlier. Gonna want to go into that upper side rail, maybe center, a little bit outside. I like playing it that way to get back out the center table. I like better than drawing. Drawing, you can get too much angle going down the table than across. That a little heavy. Might have to play safe here. Just push the 6 to the other side of the 10. Go through that gap between the 10 and the 7. Try and leave the cue ball hooked. Look here. Hard to tell. Edge of the 7 may just be in the way of being able to shoot through that gap. Like on the screen, it looks like if the cue ball was maybe just a couple centimeters more to the right, you should be able to shoot. Maybe she's got room to get the hit. It's this camera angle, it looks like. If she misses the 7, she might hit the 10 first. If she tries to miss hitting the 10, she might clip the 7. Oh, of course. All right, so it does look like that was not a good hit. Or ball in hand here. All right. A good angle to come underneath this 9 ball. There's a lot of interference on this camera today. But yeah, I just want to come between that. No, she tried to play all the way up the side, so I overran it a little bit. Yeah, I thought she would play a little softer and have the option of either shooting that in the side or all the way down table. You know, she's got a thinner back cut, easy to lose the cue ball here. Oh, she's missed the whole ball. Ball in hand from Jordan. Keep it simple. Don't try and do too much here. See what she wants to do. She could shoot it down in the corner. Stop it, shoot the 10 in the other corner. She could also shoot it down the corner, follow it down, and shoot the 10 in the side. Yeah, just wants to keep it simple. Try not to move the cue ball too much. All right. Really 2-game lead for Jordan here. We are racing to 6, so a lot of pool left to be played. Look at that tour schedule. I mentioned at the start of this match, this is stop number 3, Bill's Bar and Grill in Salem, Oregon. A little less than a month, we are headed out to the pocket of Boise, Idaho, the 19th through 20th of July. In August, we're going to hop on up to Kennewick, Washington to Players Sports Bar. We'll take a little break there in September before going to Seattle for the second 9-foot table stop of the tour at Ox Billiards. And then we'll round things off at Scratch Billiards in Fife, Washington for our final stop of the year and awards banquet as a new venue to the tour. I look forward to checking that room out here in December. Always like going to new rooms. All right. Ball down for Dora. See the 1 ball. Can't tell if it's frozen the rail or not. I think she's got room to go to cut this in to get into that rail without hitting the 7. I could try to be going down through that. Oh, too thin. Missed the contact on the 1. So she had all kinds of room between the 1 and the 7 to get into that rail. Oh, I was trying to say before is if you're cutting that in, you need to try and go down through that gap between the 3 and the 9 and then straight back out. There's that small little window, a bit of a wedge, where you can see the 2 ball through that gap in between the 5 and the 9. 2 is close to the pocket though, so if you are a little hooked up by the 9 ball, you could still at least go rail first. Right, so she shoots the gap between the rail and the 5. Wants to nudge it. Oh, got a little too close to the work there. I don't think she can get that to go, but she may call it anyways. Just try and send the cue ball up to the top of the table. And if it doesn't go, hopefully the 2 ball moves over below the pocket on that short rail. Yeah, so managed to get a safety out of it. Dora's got to kick this 2 rails. looked like the balls were just enough in the way where she was going to have to go that second rail, and that is what happened. Maybe she came out of the rail, hit the 2, and then nothing went to the rail afterwards. Jordan has ball in hand here. And maybe a little inside, or if she hit that a little bit harder, she could have shortened it up so she caught the 2 out of the first rail. And looking to see if the 3 passes the 9 into the other corner. Lined up pretty straight, so I'm going to venture a guess that it does pass. She's not trying to move the cue ball too much or get to the other side of the 3. Well, she may have inadvertently drawn it a little too much. Maybe the pocket's slightly smaller. She'd hope to be straight in to make the shot easier. But yeah, no, I think she was shaking her head because she drew back a little too far and had an angle going into the 10 ball. And now she's going to have to take this long shot on the 4. I'm not sure if she can hold it for the 5. Might just need to let the cue ball come all the way back down to the rail where she's at and then back out into the middle of the table. It's 5-10. Looks like it might be kind of on. I don't think that's the shot she's playing for. Can't tell from the camera angle. Looking across at the table from where I'm sitting in the booth. Looks like maybe it's a little funny. I think she's going to shoot it though. She wants Chris, our tournament director, to come watch the hit. Make sure there's no funny business being so close to the balls. It's jacked up. Let's be careful not to draw this into the corner. Yeah, so it wasn't quite lined up. And I think there's enough separation between the 5 and the cue. That she can cut this to the side. Needs a lot of speed though. It was definitely going to be thin. Try and cross bank this to the lower left. Or play safe. Try and let the cue ball go down behind the 10 ball. Oh. She can see enough of the 10 to try and play the 5-10. Alright, don't hate it. I mean, the 10 is kind of in front of another pocket now, but there's not really a ball that you can play into it, so you're still going to have to basically run out at this point. Or can you try and 2-rail bank this, or just tuck the cue ball in behind the 7? It's going to be an option. Dora made a not make the ball in the pocket that she called. Because of this, this means Jordan has the option of shooting this 6 ball or making Dora shoot again since she illegally pocketed the ball. I mean, I might give this back just because this is a hard shot. Getting on the 7 is not give me. I mean, I guess you could probably draw back out of that. Looks like Jordan's going forward though. Yeah, I don't know. I may have given it back with the expectation that your opponent's going to have a hard time getting a good shot on the 7 ball. And I'd rather them be shooting this hard shot than myself. But I also do understand sometimes when you're at the table, it's hard to give back a shot that you can see. Oh, I think she's got away with this though. Maybe not. Maybe Dora. I don't know. It might be too little that it only cuts to the side rail. Maybe she has enough to cut it in. Hard to tell without being at the table. But yeah, I do also understand that, the ball's not hidden, like you can see it. It's hard to give it back to your opponent. Yeah, it looked like she didn't quite have enough of that to cut it. Left it good and long though. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, please share the stream to your social media, to your friends, your family that you know that enjoys pool. Let them know we got this free stream today. Help us get exposure for the women's tour, as well as all of our great sponsors. What a good shot on that 7 ball. Wants it to needs to slow down a little bit though. I think she's gonna be okay. Yeah, she'll be fine. But yeah, it helps us get exposure for our sponsors as well. Those of you don't know, the NWPA is a nonprofit, so we rely heavily on community support and sponsorship to put this tour on every year. Get the added money to make these payouts worthwhile for the women to travel from all over to travel to each one of these stops. So please help us out. And just the simple act of sharing the stream is awesome and we appreciate it. Also, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're subscribed to the Hill Hill Productions YouTube channel, you can turn the notifications on. I think they're on by default, so you get a little notification from YouTube whenever I go live at each and every one of these stops, as well as any other pool-related events I may stream throughout the year. Well, say she either overhit that or underhit that. Takes your time, collect yourself, and doesn't let her bother. Cuts that 10 ball in and takes a 3-0 lead. And Jordan having a great tournament. And everybody's still in at this point is having a great tournament. But Dora had a stellar match against Sophia Tran yesterday on the stream. Jordan with a nail biter of a match last night against Andy Camping, our current points leader in the tour standings. That match went hill down to the wire. Jordan putting Andy on the B side. Andy played this morning, won her match this morning, so Andy is still in. I know that she's vying to try and hold on to that #1 spot. And we will talk about why here in a little bit. All right, so there goes the 7 ball down. Has a look at the 1. Not sure if the 2 passes the 7 to the lower right. I don't, not the 7, the 6. I don't think it does. I think you need to get down on this lower right side spot where you can shoot the 2 into the upper right corner. I think to do this, she'd have to Z back and forth across the table. All right, smart shot from Dora. She probably could have cut that 1 ball in, but I don't know, what that gets her. It's a little bit risky because your cue ball would have been going into traffic, and oftentimes when you can't predict how the balls are going to end up running into a bunch of stuff, probably better not to shoot that shot, because more often than not, you're just gambling to have a look at your next ball. Good hit from Jordan. Now she got a lot of practice kicking at balls yesterday, she told me. I think, 2 of her matches were against very defensive-minded opponents who were hiding her quite a bit. So, and she said she kicked it a bunch of balls yesterday. Maybe she's got the kicking angles figured out. She said she was on 3 fouls, at least 4 or 5 times, or on 2 fouls at least 3 or 4 or 5 times yesterday, and managed to kick out of that last foul without fouling every time. Avoided getting 3 fouled. Not familiar with the 3 foul rule and rotation pool. Basically, if you foul on 3 consecutive shots, it's a loss of game. It does require that your opponent be aware and warn you once you're on 2. And then, yeah, if you foul a 3rd time, it's a loss of rack. Ball's not laying great in this rack. I think this one's going to be probably a little ticky-tacky for a little bit. Not any great obvious offensive moves here. Well, I don't know how happy Dora is with the result here. I mean, I think you got to take the flyer at the 10 ball here. I think it's free. I think you can play it, and you're likely to, you can play it, and you can play it to get safe on the 2 as well. Chris. Not terribly sure why she needs. So it looks to me to play this, you shouldn't be, the cue ball wouldn't be threatening that 8 ball at all. Maybe our angle is a little different. Yeah, it looked to me like she needed to cut the 2 where she was hitting it. She was hitting the 2 way too full. She needed to kind of hit the 2 more on the right to cut the 2, so the 2 cut the 10. But, you know, it's kind of 50-yard line here. Dora wants to play a pocket. I think all she's got is this back cut to the lower right pocket on your screen. The cue ball is going to be tracking to the left of the table. She goes into the back of the 9, could scratch on the side. Oh, she tried to draw and stay down here for the 3 ball. Right, for all you watching at home, you're looking for twice as much pull action. You got an extra screen to pop another match on. There is an Evo streaming table that our other 5th, 6th match is being played on, although they are just now taking a break. So, you go check out Evo Sports YouTube channel. You can find that Evo stream. Bill's Bar and Grill, Kathy McDonald versus Sarah Myers Mitchell. As I mentioned, they did just take a break. Kathy leads that 5-2. Has also a race to 6. Just an FYI. A tricky little combo. Cut in one ball to cut the other ball a different direction. Never easy. No, I think. Assume Dora called the 10 ball. Easy to send this bank wide, though. It could go behind the 10. Alright, so Joan's gonna move the cue ball so that she can. The 4 is up there on that upper side rail there, just above her hand. Next ball. Does well to get above the 6. It's a good shot. Yeah, if you drew a vertical line, the between the two side rails, connecting them from where the 4-ball is. She just wants to keep the cue ball on that side. Don't really want to go forward. Yeah, she did hit that really well. Because regardless being on this side of the table, as long as you're back kind of at that line or behind it, any cut shot you end up leaving yourself like this is way more manageable. Another good shot, good shape on the 6. So this can be a little tricky playing out for the 4. Because the thing is, if you go down that bottom rail, you could run into the back of the 10. Or going around the 10, you're headed towards the side pocket or the side rail. I think I would be inclined to try and put, a tip of inside on this, so you go into that bottom rail and come straight back out on the right side of the 10. Otherwise, maybe I'm hitting a little bit lower to try and go around the 8. Oh, the out's still manageable here. Caught the back of the 10, which deflected her even more to that side rail. A little bit of a back cut on the 8, but she's kind of been on the backside of several of these balls and cutting them in, no problem.
Oh yeah. I fixed it for you. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe she would worry about getting back out for the 10 ball. A little heavy-handed there. Sometimes it's a little hard to manage the speed. You feel like you're kind of on the wrong side of the ball because you're under-hitting it, and then the one time that you play a little extra speed was when you didn't need to. But I don't mind this. Like, it's a good angle. It seemed like she dropped her shoulder a little bit. Maybe. I know. Yeah, it seemed like she dropped her shoulder a little bit when she was shooting that 10 ball. Maybe some body movement. Maybe dissatisfaction with leaving herself a little further away from the 10 ball than she meant to. Well, not giving away anything easy on that miss from Dora. A little surprised at that miss from Dora, actually. She was in here hitting balls during our first match this morning. She played very well yesterday. I know I wouldn't consider that a normally difficult shot, but maybe trying to get that first one on the board here, being on the wrong side of the score line in this match, a little extra pressure. And Jordan just teeing this up. Side to side separation. I'm wondering if she might just go for the full table bank. She drilled that one in the opening rack. Maybe she's left it just funny enough that Dora's opting to bank to the corner instead of the side. She may also be playing that as kind of a two-way, more of a safety option. She comes short on going the long way. This ball goes to the short rail down there. Yeah. Fix the focus on that other camera. All right, chance for Dora. Another chance this 10 ball. Try and get on the board here. All right, good shot. Says I'm not missing this one. All right, here's our current standings after stop number 2. As mentioned early, Andy Camping at the front of the pack currently. Followed by Molina, Ortiz, Amy Wilson McDonald, Sophia Tran. Sophia just lost in the previous round. Sarah Moore is still in on the B side. Marianne McConnell just lost in our previous round on the B side. Linda Massey not here at the stop. Nicole Denisi, not, she went out yesterday. Raquel, I believe, went out yesterday, as well as Amy Burdick. So it's like Andy and Sarah, the 2 players in the top 10, still in currently. All right, just a little safety there from Jordan. All right, my Mark in Portland. Okay, volume's a little low. Okay, sorry about that. I've tried to turn the gain up in the audio settings a little bit here. All right, looks like Jordan's got to go into this short rail, calling it in the right side pocket. So I like that call. Played a little too tight. Maybe needed a little bit of spin out of the rail. Should do to get down here for this 3. That incidental kiss actually helped and stop the cue ball. Put her right in that gap where she can see the 3 between the 4 and the 10. I like coming back out to the 7 and the 10. Just ran into it. From here, we play the 4-5 combo. The cue ball is not staying down here with these balls. And the 9 and the 8 are likely going to be blockers. Maybe I mean, you could play the carom from the 4 to the 5. Maybe that gets you the possibility of some sort of better shot afterwards. Okay, so she tried to manage it by playing some speed, bringing the 4 back out across the table. Now it's a little tied up with the 7 ball. But yeah, I had the 5 gone. This would have been the shot Dora's looking at. Instead, Jordan's looking at it. Big old 6 ball in the way. Hard to go rail first. I think she's got to go to the short rail and then try and spin back into the. Maybe she tried to spin it. May not have gotten the spin because she seemed a little perplexed that she didn't get any angle out of that rail. Dora, the 4-7 combo, it looks like, based on the way she set up on the 4 ball. Be careful where the 4 and the Q end up here. All right, playing the kick to the 4, combo on the 5. Ooh, almost got it in a very creative fashion. Start carrying off a couple other balls. We were playing call pocket, not call shot, so it doesn't matter how it goes in. You call the ball in that pocket, and that ball goes in the pocket. However it got there counts. Dora calling the 5. I don't know you can get down there from that angle. I think the 6 is in the way. That's just that kind of Z safety that she played in the previous rack in the end game there on the 10 ball. Just trying to send that ball down to the bottom rail. There's a thin back cut for the combo. Cut it to the right. You could carry him off the 4 into the 5. I don't really love that. It's easy to follow the, if you hit that too good, you can follow the cue ball in. I feel like more likely than not, a lot of times when I play that carom, I just miss the ball on one side or the other.
Happened to be when I was eating at that one. It was like, Larry,
You can always ask me to
check it out.
check it out. All right, needs to be careful not to come across behind the 10 or the 9. Try and spin it out. Careful not to scratch. Oh no. She's gonna try and stun across the table to the left here. A little. So up. A little scary, I think. I think she's got there. I think she can see this into the side. Yeah, just got a little out of position on the very first shot. Need to stun further across the table. Seemed like maybe she was a little tentative on the stroke. All right, Jordan gonna go up 4-1. Playing very well. I think if she could just clean up a little bit of her position a little bit better. Yeah, things would be a lot easier, but definitely playing very well, recovering well on those some of these couple shots here and there where she gets a little bit on the wrong side. Well, we were talking about the standings earlier, and the whole reason kind of yammering in about that is the Don Weir Memorial Tournament's coming up here in August, and the family has graciously donated an entry to that tournament for the top point holder, NWPA point holder after tour stop number 4. So after our Boise stop, whoever has the most points is going to get a free entry to that tournament. That is an invitational only tournament, so very, very cool that they were able to offer that to us for one of the players. Yeah, that's good turnout for that tournament every year. Definitely some world-class pros that tend. And I was talking to Andy Camping last night, discussing who was still in the tournament, as I know she's trying to hold on to that one spot. She would really like that entry. But I think we're going to see some shakeup in the standings after this stop, so it'll be interesting to see where all the players sit. I know the biggest threat to Andy on the list is Molina, who is sitting at second, who Andy won stop one, Molina won stop two. But Molina was not at stop one or at this stop, so I think highly likely that Andy will still be sitting in that one spot after this stop. And so it's probably going to come down to who's at stop four and how everybody does. Nice shot from Dora. Real quality save there, just tucking the cue ball in the back of that seven. Yeah, so she got into that back of the seven really well. It takes away that one rail kick too out of this left long rail. She might be able to go 2-3 rails here. She just misses the 10 ball. Maybe shoots the cue ball at that first diamond to the right of the upper left pocket, although she may be looking at just going one rail. Very tight this way. It is a very makeable ball going this way, but it's easy to play it too tight or too long. All right, ball in hand. The 4 ball is the ball to solve here. You either have to, basically plays anywhere to the left half of the table from where it's sitting. Dora's got to figure out how to get the cue ball into one of those areas. The only other secondary option I see is if she could go forward, maybe with a little inside English, she could bring it across to the first diamond to the right of the upper side pocket and play the 4-10. Try and play a 4-10 combo. I think she's going to keep it simple. Oh, the other option is play the 4-6 combo. That, or she can go back to that defensive game and try and hide Jordan from the 4. Yeah, she's looking at, looks like she's looking at shooting it towards the rail, checking out a couple options. Yeah, I think Dora's looking for a safety here, although maybe she's going back to looking at the combo now. All right, so she has finally nominated the 6. I think maybe she just couldn't identify a high percentage safety there. It felt like the combo is just as hard as getting the hook. Hello, John Scudder in the chat. Aren't you floating the river? Are you watching pool while floating the river? Wow. True Renaissance man. I don't know if anybody was paying attention to our stop sponsors, Diamond Mine Northwest. That's John Scudder's business. Diamond pool table distributor. He is out floating the river today. Watching pool on his phone while he does it. If only we all could live as such. I do hear it's warm out there today. AC in here is very quality though, so I wouldn't know. Good try on the kick from Dora. Gonna leave a cut on the 4 for Jordan though. That's a great shot. Although, how much angle does she have on the 6 ball? She's still got to move to the 9. Just be careful not to draw to the short side of the 9. Yeah, I wonder if maybe she should have gone forward 2 rails, at least gotten out kind of the right side of the table. You know, not forward 2 rails. Even if you're long, at least you've got kind of a cut. I think now she's really got a bank. Oh, and it's a reach. She's got to shoot this for the bridge as well. Okay, she's gonna try and tee it up, but well, consolation prize. She's left it long and tough. What a cut. Jordan having a hell of a tournament. Just coming with some shots. All right, I think the players are going to take a break, so we're going to mute up here for a second. Stay tuned, and we're going to be back for the rest of this match here in a couple minutes, 5 at the most. Stay tuned. All right, players are back. Let's see. So rack 7, Dora's break. All right, 1, 2, 3. No. Well, I heard a ball go down, but I guess not. All right, Jordan's just gonna roll out here. Dora trying to play safe there. Get some separation. One cuts to the lower right. If you are cutting, you are potentially running into that 2-ball. You kind of want to get into the rail a little. Okay, so she's just going to bank it away. A good shot. I think Dora can see part of this, but I don't think she can really play it in any pocket. I think about all she can do is maybe go into the one kind of full in the face, bank it down that bottom rail. I think she may have overcut it on the bank a little bit. All right, try to use the 8 and the 9. Does look like she got cover behind the 9, I think. Potentially an edge of the 1 ball. I think more likely than not, Dora is probably going to have to kick out of that side rail. Oh, she did have an edge. Wow, nearly makes it. I think Jordan can go rail first at this. If she doesn't have the whole ball. Oh yeah, I mean, it's very close. Wanted some more action. I was trying to get back out on the other side of the 5 ball. Maybe should have just rolled it softly so the cue ball just sat there and taken that really long shot on the 2. But nothing to do about that now. Just gotta take the shot at hand. Hard to see if the 2 rail line is there from this angle. I'm just looking at the 1. 9, just a little too big. Good try though. Oh, sorry. Apologize for the yawn. It's here from 8:30 a.m. till 11:30 last night. So long day 1. Got here a little after 9 today. We'll be here until we wrap. Oh no, she miscued. Hop the ball. Right. What's the shape on the 4 here? Look. Looks like she's going into the 10 ball. The angle's going into the 10 ball. to draw out of this for the 5-ball. Hide behind this 10. Did she get there? It's close. But I think she's left at least enough of the edge that Dora can cut this to the upper left. I think Dora is going to get cover from the pinball, I think. Maybe Jordan can, if she can see just the left side of this 5, maybe she can play it to carom off the 6 into the pocket. Or maybe she's got the whole ball. Okay, looks like she's got the whole ball, then she just needs to draw back for the 6. I think she's going to have to play another draw shot here and just come down to this long side rail and take the long shot on the 7. All right, kind of just got to take the table gives you now. The big thing is you need to get out to the left side of the table enough that you can see enough of the 8-ball to shoot it in the upper right. I think she tried. I think she forced the shot a little bit. Let's see how much angle she's got here, or how close to straight. Looks like she's fairly straight, which would be good because then she can just follow straight forward for this 9 on the side. Be nice if she could kind of get just to the left of the side pockets. Yes, just like that. Now she's got just that little smidge of an angle that she needs to take her down for the 10 in the, she has a shot with 10 in the upper right. I think I'd be playing this shot not super high, but just above center, trying to just get off that rail a little bit. It's damn near perfect. Right. Needs to bear down and make this for the game. That's it. 6-1. Now Jordan advancing to play for the point against Kathy McDonald. What a good tournament for Jordan. Dora also having a good tournament, still in despite the score line on this one. All right. So we are waiting for one other match to wrap before the next round starts, so stay tuned, and we will be back shortly.